Dream is a YouTuber with no explanation needed. His name far exceeds him at this point. So too does his infamy, as the list of Dream's controversies are vast and detailed. But step aside any Minecraft cheating or questionable political comments, as today I will discuss what is arguably the most important and detrimental drama to Dream's name. For those who think they know about this drama, they may want to excuse themselves as I present further developments they may not be aware of. Today we'll be talking about Dream's grooming allegations. As most subscribers will know, recently I uploaded a video on Callmecarson and Ryan P. Ryan P being the manager of Carson, who was secretly behind much of that drama and played a role in sweeping it under the rug. That video is in the description and in the top right hand corner of your screen if you have not seen it. This video acts as the second part to this mini-series on Ryan. Keep in mind you do not have to view that first video to understand Dream's drama. Although to get the full extent on Ryan, I recommend viewing that video either right now or after this video. Without further ado, let's begin on Dream. We begin our story with Anastasia and her Twitlonger. Anastasia, Dream's first accuser, posted to her Twitter page on October 3rd, 2022, detailing her experience with the creator and how he allegedly groomed her back in 2020. This is the less intense of the two accusations and occurred when Dream was 20 and Anastasia was 17. The post contains messages between the two containing very flirty and obviously sexually driven conversations. "What's up, sexy? You should turn up. Come quarantine. Nah, you probably got the Rona. You can come get it from me, baby. Slurp up that Corona. Yum, Corona." Which is the exact type of degeneracy that I kind of expected, not gonna lie. Moving on though, in the document we see Anastasia provide evidence that Dream knew of her age, as she specifies in her message that she has not yet turned 18. That is essentially the bulk of the information provided. People obviously questioning this chose to look deeper into who Anastasia was, and saw that in 2020 she made reference to Dream messaging her, and leaked DMs from the same time with a friend discussing Dream messaging her backed up her tweets. Not to mention the screen recordings of Anastasia showing that it was Dream's Twitter account and Dream's TikTok was from her contacts. Although I should note before we go on, I am merely saying what is out at the moment. Much of this is still contested, and as the talk of legal discussion is on the table, I will have to state that what I am talking about is allegations to save my skin. But as it appears, Anastasia and Dream were in contact in one way or another. To avoid any debate about 17 and 20-year-old relationships, I'll only quickly mention that I personally think it is immoral and creepy, but it is not illegal and in the correct circumstances can be excused. Although in this case we have a very prominent figure on YouTube and a young fan in contact. To say that there was no power imbalance would be incorrect and there is no way around that. I have personally seen younger people from the ages of about 16, close to men about 18, and it is an uncomfortable sight. Again, on paper it can be legal in places where the age of consent is 16, so really this comes down to an opinion piece on what you think is correct. Whatever you believe, it should be apparent that Dream was reckless and shouldn't have behaved, especially when being confronted that her age was below 18. Next we reach the second accuser, Amanda, with a much more damning and damaging accusation. The contents of this being heavily sexual, with accounts of explicit images being traded, arrangements to hook up, and Dream mentioning his apparent chest full of adult toys, which he reportedly said he wanted to use on her. The messages began on September 23rd, 2020, where Amanda would reach out to Dream through Instagram confessing how much of a fan she is and how much he loves Dream's content. Dream would actually respond to her message thanking her, although it takes a long time for any real drama to take place, as casual on and off conversation would happen, along with Amanda temporarily ceasing conversation with Dream because she had a boyfriend in her words. Then all the way up until January 2022 would Amanda gain Dream's Snapchat and things would progress from there. From January 17th to February 10th, Amanda claims is when she was sexting Dream, and when the explicit images were sent alongside the other claims I mentioned before.
So from the 17th to maybe February 10th is the time frame where we were sexting. He sent me a picture of his penis, and he sent me a picture of him.
To obviously begin questioning the legitimacy of this allegation, Amanda provided ample evidence that her Instagram DMs were in fact real, and as more people asked for different methods of proving their validity, she complied. Although the actual bulk of the drama and the explicit content reportedly stayed on Snapchat, Amanda does address the fact that she didn't save receipts from this time in this clip here.
You can clearly tell that from the 17th to my birthday, I didn't save any messages. And this is because I wanted him to trust me. I thought that I was genuinely building a bond with my favorite YouTuber. And boy, was I wrong.
The one piece that we do have from Snapchat is a simple conversation where Dream is clearly flirty, calling Amanda gorgeous, although the rest of the messages and what she claimed was unproven. Today, we are left with a final tweet from Amanda showing that she is dealing with the situation through the court system, with no further update from her since October 16th. Now we get to tackle the first response from Dream himself, in which he posted a tweet longer shortly after the allegations were revealed. It begins with an apology for the tweet longer being so late, citing a busy schedule, then immediately jumps into the first Twitter thread from Anastasia, and in Dream's response we can immediately point out a few lies. Dream quotes that, in these screenshots, them being 18 is mentioned in their bio, and I also clearly asked them for their age, which is true, Dream did ask for their age, although he received a response from Anastasia saying that she is not yet 18, making the unproven fact of having 18 in her bio be null and void due to Dream clearly understanding that she was not, in fact, 18. Dream also states that there are no inappropriate comments whatsoever, although as we clearly saw in the messages, Dream was very flirty and confronting. In the same statement from Dream, he states in the previous line that the DMs are real. Part of this thread includes cringy flirt text messages, again when they were 18, which again is a lie, and contradicts himself from earlier when he states that there were no inappropriate messages. Dream does state that it is impossible for it to show Dream was from her contacts on TikTok, as he uses a Google Voice number, which doesn't have the ability to iMessage, although you can still text from a Google Voice number just as you would a regular number, and contact information would work the same. Dream doesn't really refute the fact that Anastasia would be able to contact him using his Google Voice number, so essentially Dream's wording of this being impossible just isn't accurate. So, that was a bit of a mess. Maybe Dream's response to the second allegation stands up stronger. The second thread had Instagram DMs from me, again having friendly normal conversation and nothing inappropriate. I'll allow you guys to place your "this didn't age well" bets now. Dream also states that he believes these DMs are real as well, at least the ones that we know are true from before, which even with the little we have, casual flirting with a young fan calling her f***ing gorgeous is far from what I would call appropriate, even objectively. Dream mentions that once again he believed Amanda was 18. Apparently, again with no evidence, Amanda said she was 18 according to Dream. Although as we can see from Amanda's old tweets, she had her 17th birthday in February 2021. Along with, in the following days after Dream's response, Amanda would post her permit to give us her birthday, in which we can prove that the messages and their conversations happened when Dream was 21 and Amanda was 16 turning 17 during the period of January to February. Whether in the DMs Amanda stated she was 18 or not is unknown, although we know that that would have been a lie. Dream then goes on a long, unnecessary rant about parasocial relationships, which I can just gloss over. In the next paragraph, Dream begins by saying, "I've always done my absolute best to make sure that no one is ever uncomfortable with the way I treat them." Which, if you know the slightest thing about Dream, I'm not even gonna talk about that statement. Dream makes a claim that the reason most of this is happening is because Dream changed from his old Snapchat to use the new one that he is, quote, actually friends with, which is a strange claim to say at the least. The last notable piece of the document is Dream including that he will be pursuing legal actions, and this is the likely contributor to why not much more information has been released since the tweet longer, with Amanda also taking the path of legal action. With that out of the way, we can move forward in the story from when this tweet longer was released on the 15th of October to just recently when the YouTuber and streamer Tubbo, who many of you will know collaborated with Dream on numerous occasions and is part of Dream's group Dream Team, Tubbo was approached on stream and asked a question about Dream. This was his response.
And I'm scared and I don't really understand anything about it. Okay? And I understand it is my responsibility to research and look into it, and I will, okay? And I have seen little bits, but I want the full picture, man, before I make any decision, okay?
Although whilst initially this may seem like it adds no more information to the drama, it does give me a sense of deja vu. To make a long story short, if any of you remember the Callmecarson drama, part of the reason information was so hard to come by and piece together was because many of the friends of Carson and his creator group Lunch Club were fed differing stories and over time had to piece together and find out what was really going on. And even then they still had some skepticism over certain parts of the drama. Now whilst I can't say if Dream's friends were fed differing stories, stories, the quotes from Tubbo where he even continues on in the clip to say he is going to put more effort into researching his own friend's allegations to see if they are true, strike me as being very similar to what we have seen previously with Carson. Now why the hell am I mentioning all this? What is the point of comparing it to Carson? Well, if you recall from the start of the video, Ryan P ties these two situations tightly together. In September this year, Noah Hugbox, a former member of Lunch Club and one of Carson's former friends, made a lengthy twitlonger which drew notice to how the manager of Lunch Club, Ryan P, tried to sweep the situation under the rug and even coerced Lunch Club members into keeping silent over what was happening. But the piece of the twitlonger that relates to Dream is at the very end of the twitlonger where Noah states that it probably came out of left field to a lot of people when I started going after the whole Dream Stand thing. But I did that because I know the whole crew got picked up by the very same management. The management that had expressed repeatedly that they had made this go away multiple times before. Therefore, it raises my suspicion that the Ryan P scenario that I went over in the previous video is choosing to repeat itself, this time with an even bigger YouTuber. Of course I am basing a lot of this off of speculation and you are free to come to your own conclusion, but I do find suspicion in these similarities and can't say with full confidence that foul play is not involved by the management team. Of course, as this is an ongoing legal battle, more information is set to come in however long it takes and I will be sure to cover that when it comes. But alongside the behaviour we see in Tubbo, which tells us that even the information provided to Dream's friends is sparse, this situation I predict is soon about to get very interesting, and I myself have a very close eye on how this is progressing and I'm intensely curious. I'll be sure to document any more information that comes out, especially ones that relate to Ryan P. For now, as you'll see in my next video, I'll combine both Ryan's controversy with Carson and his controversy with Dream to give you a finale on Ryan and what he himself has done to people. Stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you guys then. Peace. Check this out. Hey guys, it's me, Dream.